1.
Hi, my name is Megan Smith, and this video series is being created to help you lesson plan for teaching the JCPS Level 2B unit, Eat Right, Get Fit. I use these curriculum maps from the district to help narrow in on specific can-do statements and specific aspects of culture to inspire these lessons. The examples I'm going to share to you will all be in Spanish, but I'm going to also try to add some tips on how you could tweak them so that they would work for teaching French, German, or any other language. Disclaimer. These examples that I'm about to show you are not the only way to cover this unit, and not every idea may work in your specific school with your kids or whatever situation you may be facing. But my hope in sharing these ideas is that they'll kickstart your lesson planning, and maybe you'll just be able to adapt them a little bit to help save you some time and get some inspiration for teaching this unit. So let's get right into it. I think the most important thing when looking at any unit is focusing on that proficiency goal. There's always a ton of vocabulary to learn and grammar to kind of touch on, but I think we got to look at where our kids are and where we want them to be. The goal for this unit is to get the students to intermediate low on this topic of eating right and getting fit. So when you're thinking about that intermediate, some of the things you want to keep in mind. If your kids are aiming for intermediate low, that means that some of them are still novice highs, and novice highs are definitely going to have limitations, and pushing them to that intermediate low, looking more like speaking or writing in paragraphs takes some time. Again, they don't need to be there on day 1 or even day 2 of the unit, but your goal is by the end of the unit for them to be able to build up to that point. Remember too, if you have students that are higher proficiencies that are already at intermediate low, or native speakers that are pushing higher towards intermediate mid, again, you still want to push them and help them grow. So they may need a separate proficiency goal just for them. Also, another thing to keep in mind with this unit is that the content and this whole idea of healthy lifestyles may be new for them. We can't assume that they all have been trained at home to eat healthy and the different food groups and things like that. So this could be new content for them as well as new language skills. I would also encourage you all to not start with just the food vocabulary. They can learn it in context as they go, but instead of making students learn 50 words and all these different categories of foods, they can kind of learn it little by little. But I would rather see a student complete a can-do goal at that intermediate low than them to know 100 different words before you even get into the content. And the last one I said in here is, if learners don't get it the first time, recycle it over again. Instead of making them feel bad, like how you didn't get today's goal quite at that intermediate low, move on, but just kind of recycle some of that information so that they see it all several times, and it gives them more of a chance to acquire that language. All right, so we'll get started in the next video, and I'll show you my first lesson idea.